Hi lovelies, welcome to my channel. I hope you're having an amazing day and I'm so glad you're here. Well, as you guys have already seen by what the title said, I lost my period at the age of 12 when I was only in the second year of middle school. I'm assuming all of you guys watching this video right now are going through the same things that I went through. So in this video, I just wanted to share my experiences with struggling with an eating disorder, which was followed by hypothermic amenorrhea or period loss, and just share some tips that really helped me in getting my period back without any medication. Before I get started, I just want to throw out a short disclaimer. Everything that I'll be sharing in this video is all based on my personal experience and what worked for me. So just keep in mind that all bodies are unique and different. If you're struggling with period loss, I would highly recommend seeking a dietitian or a doctor and getting expert advice from them. So the first thing, and probably the most important matter in getting your period back, is your food intake. So there are several different factors that can cause amenorrhea, but in my case, it was my anorexia. So if you're currently experiencing period loss due to restriction just like I did, the only solution is to go all in. And what I mean by that is just eating whatever the heck you want. In recovery, it's so important to stop labeling food as good or bad. You really just need to give your body full permission to eat whatever your body craves, whether that is an oily pepperoni pizza or your favorite Ben & Jerry's ice cream flavor, or just simply a spoon of peanut butter. Another thing I really want to emphasize here is eating carbs and fats. I cannot emphasize enough how important it is to eat a sufficient amount of carbs and fats. I know that the idea of eating carbs and fats sounds so scary when you're recovering from an eating disorder, but it is so crucial for your overall health and well-being. Especially if you're a woman, carbs and fats are so important for your hormones to operate properly. And let's be honest, they just taste so good. Well, if you're having a hard time eating carbs and fats, well, let's say that is like your fear food, you can always start slowly by adding a small portion of carbs or fat-rich foods into your meals and slowly increasing from there. The next topic I want to talk about is exercising. Another reason why I lost my period besides restricting was because I was doing extreme exercising. I had a very toxic relationship with exercising to the point where I just would not allow myself to go to sleep until I finished my 2-hour leg workout. Sometimes I would also force myself to wake up earlier on school days to do some extra exercising. I also did a lot of cardio on an empty stomach, thinking that it would help me lose my body fat faster, but instead it only led to losing my period. So please don't just hop into these random diet hacks or diet trends that you see on the internet, because they are never healthy. It took me a total of almost 3 years to get my period back, and I feel like the reason why it took me a little longer than it should have is because I was doing high school sports at the time that require a tremendous amount of energy, like cross country and distance track. Although I really love these two sports, if I could go back in time, I would not choose running as my sport, since during recovery, my body needed so much rest, and I unfortunately did not know that. Well, of course, exercising is good for you and it helps you maintain a healthy body. However, when you're trying to get your period back in your recovery, it works a little differently. Even if you do exercise, I would highly recommend exercising with less intensity or just being flexible enough to skip an exercise session or taking consecutive days off. One important thing that I really want to point out here regarding exercising is that the main motivation for exercising should never be to change your appearance of your body or as a punishment or to cancel out a binge. Please always make sure and ask yourself to see that you are actually enjoying the exercise and feel good doing it, not just because of self-hatred or guilt. The third thing that I want to talk about is using your support network. One of my biggest regrets from my recovery journey is not reaching out to the community and asking for support and help. I was simply just too scared to seek help because I believed that my eating disorder and the side effects like period loss, hair loss were too embarrassing or even humiliating to talk about. I thought of it as something that I should try to hide from other people, and I would also like do these things in front of other people to prove that I was not scared of food, which thinking about it now is really funny because I was completely wrong. Well, if you didn't know, eating disorders are actually much more common than many people realize. In just the United States, it's estimated that 20 million women and 10 million men experience an eating disorder at some point in their lives. And if we're talking about mental disorders in general, not just eating disorders, the number increases to 50 million. Mental illnesses are not that different from other health conditions like the common cold. Like just like how you would take care of your body and recover from a cold, dealing with an eating disorder is very similar to that. So it's really not something to be ashamed of because it's really just part of taking care of your overall health and body, and you should feel confident doing that. Just like how I'm able to open up and share my experiences right now, I want to strongly encourage you guys to reach out for support and seek treatment from a qualified health professional. But you might be asking, what if I can't afford treatments? What if I don't want to put too much financial pressure on my parents? Because that was also my biggest concerns when I needed a support group in my recovery journey. Well, if financial aid is your problem, I would like to introduce you guys this amazing organization that I'm part of called Project Heal. Project Heal is the only nonprofit in the United States that seeks to provide equitable access to eating disorder treatment for those in dire need but don't have the access. And our main mission is to break down systematic, financial, and healthcare barriers in eating disorder treatment for those that the American mental health care system is failing to support. We currently have 3 programs in total, which are the Insurance Navigation Support, Treatment Placement Program, and Cash Assistance Program. And just to summarize briefly, these programs offer free treatment placements, free insurance navigation help, as well as cash assistance grants related to treatments. For now, these programs are offered to US residents only, and if you're interested, I've linked down the link in the descriptions box, so follow that link and submit an application. And if you want to help Project Heal achieve our mission of making treatment accessible to more people, you can visit my fundraising page, which is also in my descriptions box, because Project Heal is heavily dependent on the donations sent by supporters from all around the world, and it would really help us. The last thing that I want to talk about is something that not a lot of people pay attention to when recovering, which is patience. I remember when I first started recovering, I searched up on Google, like how many months does it take to get your period back? And there I found that it only took a couple of months, maybe like 1 or 2, or maximum 3 months. And that is when I started panicking because it had already been like 2 years since I hadn't got my period, and my body was showing 0 signs of getting my period back. But here I am now, getting constant periods. So the key takeaway here is that even if you seem to be not getting your period back anytime soon, there is no need to worry. There is absolutely no need to worry. And just stressing about your period is only gonna have more harm than good. So just be patient, trust the process, and I promise you it'll be back in no time. So this is the end of the video. I know that was packed with so much information, but I hope you guys found this helpful. I know that recovery journey sounds so challenging and daunting, but just know that I'm rooting for y'all, and I promise you that recovery is really worth it. Please feel free to reach out for any kind of questions or if you need support. I would greatly appreciate it if you could visit our Project Heal page and our fundraising page that's in the descriptions box. Thanks for staying with me till the end of the video, and just know that I am so proud of you. Bye!